How to Create Miracles in Your Life by Earl Nightingale. Lesson 1. We become what we think about. The greatest discovery in human history is also the simplest. It's an idea so powerful that it has transformed ordinary people into giants of industry, turned poverty into giants of industry, turned poverty into abundance, and lifted countless souls from despair to purpose. And yet, it remains hidden in plain sight, like a diamond lying on a beach, waiting for someone to simply pick it up and use it. This discovery is that we become what we think about. Consider your mind as a garden. The thoughts you plant today become the reality you'll harvest tomorrow. Plant seeds of doubt, fear, and worry, and that's exactly what will grow in your life. But plant seeds of faith, courage, and opportunity, and watch as your life blossoms with exactly those qualities. I've spent decades observing successful people across all walks of life. The banker, the teacher, the entrepreneur, the artist, those who achieve remarkable things aren't necessarily more talented, educated, or privileged than others. The difference lies in what occupies their minds. They think differently. Successful people fill their minds with thoughts of achievement, service, and possibility. They expect good things to happen. Meanwhile, those who struggle often fill their minds with thoughts of what might go wrong, how they might fail, or why they don't deserve success. The truth is simple. Your life moves in the direction of your strongest thoughts. A miracle begins to happen the moment you decide to watch what you're thinking about. Most people never make this decision. They allow any thought that wishes to enter their mind to do so, positive or negative, helpful or harmful. They wouldn't dream of eating food from the garbage, yet they'll consume mental garbage all day long. Your thoughts are the one thing in life over which you have complete control. No one can force you to think anything you don't choose to think. This means the power to create miracles in your life begins with controlling what you allow yourself to dwell upon. Let me offer you a simple exercise that has changed countless lives. The 7-day mental diet. For 1 week, refuse to dwell on negative thoughts when a thought of worry, limitation, or fear enters your mind, and it will immediately replace it with a positive thought. Carry a small notebook with you. Each time you catch yourself thinking negatively, make a mark. Don't be discouraged if your notebook fills quickly on the first day. By day 7, you'll be amazed at how much control you've gained over your thinking. This isn't magic. It's simply using the equipment your Creator gave you in the way it was designed to be used. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It can either work for you or against you, depending on how you use it. Remember this: whatever thoughts you allow to dominate your mind will, in time, express themselves in your outer life. This is as certain as the law of gravity. Thoughts become things. Your life is shaped not by what happens to you, but by what you think about what happens to you. So guard your thinking. Feed your mind with good, true, and beautiful ideas. Expect wonderful things to unfold, and watch as the miracle of transformation begins to work in your life. Lesson 2. The Magic of Clear Goals. The world is filled with dreamers, my friend, but so few of us are doers. Do you know the primary difference between those who achieve greatness and those who achieve greatness and those who merely wish for it? It's the crystal, clear vision of exactly what they want. Success begins. It must begin with knowing precisely what you want. I've counseled thousands of men and women through the years, and I've discovered that most people fail for one startlingly simple reason. They never clearly define what success means to them. They drift through life like a ship without a rudder, pushed by winds and currents, never charting their own course. They say, I want to be successful or I want to be happy, but these are vague notions, not destinations. Your mind is the most marvelous instrument ever created. When you program it with specific instructions, it works day and night to bring those objectives into your life. But it requires clarity. Written goals have power that thoughts alone do not possess. The very act of committing your desires to paper begins a transformation. It converts wispy dreams into tangible targets your mind can pursue. Consider this truth. Everything created by human hands first existed in someone's imagination. The buildings in our cities, the devices in our pockets, the books on our shelves, all began as clear mental pictures in someone's mind. Your life works the same way. What you vividly imagine and emotionally connect with, you begin attracting into your experience. The magic happens when you define your destination with absolute precision. Instead of saying, "I want more money," decide exactly how much you need and by what date. Rather than wishing for better health, define what specific activities and measurements would represent vibrant health to you. Don't just hope for happiness. Describe in detail what a joyful life looks like through your eyes. Each morning, I recommend you practice what I call the miracle morning page. Take 5 minutes when you first awake, that precious time when your mind is most receptive, and write down your most important goal as if you've already achieved it. Include how it feels to have reached this milestone, what you see around you, and why it matters deeply to your life. Read these words aloud with genuine emotion before starting your day. This simple practice programs your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters information, to notice opportunities related to your goal. Like a guided missile, your mind adjusts your course throughout the day, steering you toward your target through 1,000 small decisions. Remember, clarity is power. Vague wishes produce vague results. Specific goals produce specific achievements. The universe responds to precision. When you know exactly what you want, something magnificent happens. Your mind becomes a magnet for the people, circumstances, and resources needed to bring your vision to life. Your dreams deserve this clarity. They deserve to be written down, refined, and revisited daily. For in the magic of clear goals lies the beginning of all achievement, all progress, and yes, all the miracles your life was meant to contain. Lesson 3. The miracle of your mind. Within you, my friend, lies a power so magnificent that it staggers the imagination. It never sleeps. It never tires. It works ceaselessly to bring about the conditions and circumstances that match your most dominant thoughts. I'm talking about your subconscious mind, the most powerful, creative force in your life. Your subconscious mind is like a fertile field that accepts any seed you plant in it. It makes no distinction between what's good for you and what's harmful. It simply accepts what you repeatedly tell it and works to make those thoughts your reality. This is why so many people live lives of quiet frustration. They've accidentally programmed their subconscious with limitations rather than possibilities. Here's what you need to understand. Your subconscious mind responds more powerfully to mental pictures than to words alone. When you create vivid mental images of what you desire, infused with genuine feeling, you're giving your subconscious clear instructions on what to create in your life. This is the foundation of every miracle you'll ever experience. I've observed that the most successful people in every field have learned to harness this power. They speak to their subconscious mind with authority and expectation. They feed it images of success, not failure. They program it with solutions, not problems. Your subconscious mind never rests. Even as you sleep, it's working to solve the problems you've given it. How many times have you gone to bed puzzling over a problem, only to wake with the answer clear in your mind? That wasn't coincidence. It was your subconscious mind working while you slept. Try this remarkable experiment tonight. Before you drift off to sleep, write down a specific problem or question that's been troubling you. Make it clear and specific. Then, as you prepare for sleep, tell your subconscious mind with calm certainty that you expect an answer by morning. Keep paper by your bed, for you may wake during the night or early morning with insights that seem to come from nowhere. These are the whispers of your subconscious, and they contain pure gold. What many fail to realize is that your subconscious mind also controls your body. The ancient wisdom that health begins in the mind is absolutely correct. By feeding your subconscious mind images of vibrant health and well-being, you set in motion forces that work toward physical healing. Remember, your subconscious accepts what you repeatedly tell it. If you constantly say, "I can't afford it," or "I'll never succeed," your faithful servant accepts these limitations as commands. Instead, fill your mind with affirmations of abundance and capability. The miracle of your mind is always at work, either for you or against you, depending on your habitual thoughts. By taking control of this miraculous power, directing it consciously toward your highest goals and aspirations, you literally become the architect of your destiny. This isn't mystical thinking. It's the practical application of a natural law as real as gravity. Your mind, properly directed, can create miracles in your life. Start today by being more selective about what thoughts you allow to take root in the fertile garden of your subconscious. Lesson 4. The Strangest Secret. In my many years studying the architecture of success, I've uncovered what I believe to be the strangest secret in the world. We become what we think about most of the time. This profound truth has transformed countless lives, yet remains hidden from so many good people who struggle day after day, wondering why success eludes them. Picture, if you will, a ship at sea. Without a captain providing direction, that magnificent vessel simply drifts with the currents, going nowhere in particular. Your mind works the same way. Friends, without clear direction, it simply responds to whatever influences happen to come along. The newspaper headlines, a neighbor's complaint, or the worries that float through your consciousness. Success is nothing more complicated than the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. It's moving, step by determined step, toward a goal that matters deeply to you. And here's where the magic happens. When you consistently think about that worthy ideal, your mind begins to transform it from imagination into reality. Look around at your current circumstances, your home, your work, your relationships. Every aspect of your life today reflects the sum total of your dominant thoughts from yesterday. If you find yourself surrounded by problems and limitations, ask yourself honestly what thoughts have occupied most of your mental energy. I've met coal miners who became company presidents and natural-born salesmen who live in perpetual financial struggle. The difference wasn't education, connections, or luck. It was simply this: the thoughts they chose to cultivate day after day. Your mind is like a fertile field that will grow whatever seeds you plant in it. Plant thoughts of lack and limitation, and that's exactly what you'll harvest. But plant thoughts of abundance and possibility, and watch your life transform before your eyes. The beautiful truth is that changing your thoughts is entirely within your power, right this very minute. No special permission is needed. No one can prevent you from directing your mind toward your deepest desires and most cherished goals. This week, try this simple practice. Set an alarm for once every hour during your workday. When it sounds, pause and ask yourself, what have I been thinking about for the past hour? If you've been dwelling on worries, complaints, or limitations, gently redirect your thoughts toward your goals and the person you're becoming. At first, you'll likely be surprised by how often your thoughts drift toward the negative. Don't be discouraged. This awareness is the first step toward transformation. With practice, you'll find yourself naturally thinking about your goals, opportunities, and blessings more frequently. Remember, friends, this strange secret works with unfailing accuracy. Think about poverty, and you move toward it. Think about prosperity, and it begins appearing in your life. Think about the person you wish to become, and day by day, you'll grow into that very person. Your thoughts are the tools with which you carve your life's masterpiece. Choose them with the care they deserve, and watch the miracles unfold. Lesson 5. The Wisdom of Service. I've discovered through my journey that the greatest wealth in life comes not from what we accumulate, but from what we give. The universe operates on a simple principle that many fail to grasp. True abundance flows to those who serve others generously. Think about it, my friend. Every fortune in the world began with someone solving a problem. Henry Ford made transportation affordable for everyday Americans. Thomas Edison brought light where darkness prevailed. The size of your reward is directly tied to how many people you help and how well you help them. Most folks have it backwards. They ask, "What can I get?" when they should be asking, "What can I give?" This simple shift in thinking is like flipping a switch that turns on the miracle, making power within you. When you wake up each morning, instead of worrying about your own needs, ask yourself, How can I be of service today? This creates a magnetic force that draws opportunity to you. I've seen it happen countless times. The moment someone shifts their focus from taking to giving, their life transforms. The marketplace rewards problem solvers generously. Look around at the needs that aren't being met. Listen to people's complaints. Each one represents an opportunity to serve, and with service comes reward. It's the natural law of success that has never failed. A shoeshine man once told me his secret to building a loyal clientele. I don't just shine shoes. I make people feel important. He understood that adding emotional value multiplied his worth. He served not just with his hands, but with his heart, and his tip jar showed the results. Many years ago, I began asking successful people what set them apart. Almost without exception, they mentioned service as a cornerstone of their achievement. They didn't start out seeking fortune. They began by seeking to make things better for others. Remember, my friend, money is merely a symbol of value exchanged. When you focus on increasing the value you deliver, the money takes care of itself. This is the secret that turns ordinary careers into extraordinary ones. The wonderful truth is that opportunities to serve are everywhere. The clerk who remembers your name, the mechanic who explains things clearly, the teacher who stays late to help struggling students. These people understand the wisdom of service. They may not realize it, but they're creating miracles in their lives by creating miracles in the lives of others. Tonight, before you rest your head, ask yourself, how did I serve today? Whose life did I make better? Then tomorrow, look for even more ways to add value. Keep a simple journal noting 3 ways you served each day. This practice alone will transform your life. The wisdom of service isn't complex, but it is profound. Give first without expectation, serve with excellence and care, and the universe will respond in care, and the universe will respond in kind. That's how ordinary people create extraordinary miracles every single day. Lesson 6. The miracle of attitude. I've discovered a truth so powerful, so life-changing, that once you understand it, your world will never be the same. Your attitude, my friend, is the magic key that unlocks all doors. It is the single most important factor that determines how high you'll soar in this marvelous adventure we call life. Consider this. 2 people face identical challenges. One sees opportunity, the other sees disaster. The other sees disaster. The first person rises. The first person rises, the thing but attitude. You see, circumstances don't determine your attitude. You choose it, moment by moment, day by day. When you awaken each morning, you make a decision, whether conscious or not. You decide whether today will be magnificent or miserable. The amazing miracle is that, regardless of what happens around you, you maintain complete control over your attitude toward it. This is your divine right, the power to choose how you'll respond to life. A positive attitude works like a powerful magnet. It draws toward you exactly what you need, the right people, the perfect opportunities, the ideal circumstances. I've watched this miracle unfold countless times in the lives of successful men and women. Their secret wasn't exceptional talent or lucky breaks. It was maintaining an exceptional attitude that attracted exceptional results. The foundation of this miracle, working attitude, is gratitude. When you fill your mind with thankfulness, there's simply no room for fear, doubt, or negativity. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. It turns problems into opportunities and setbacks into setups for comebacks. I encourage you to try the thankfulness walk. Take just 15 minutes daily to walk while focusing solely on things you're grateful for. With each step, name something new. The sunshine warming your face, the strength in your legs, the opportunities waiting ahead. Notice how quickly your energy and outlook transform. This isn't mere positive thinking, it's practical training for your mind. Your attitude is contagious. Have you noticed how quickly others respond to your mood? When you radiate positivity, you lift everyone around you. You become a living miracle in their lives. And as you elevate others, you rise even higher yourself. Attitudes are habits of thought. Like any habit, they strengthen with repetition. Guard your attitude carefully, especially during difficulty. Especially during difficulty. It's easy to be positive when everything goes well. The real test and the real opportunity for growth comes when facing challenges. The most liberating truth is this: no one can force you into a bad attitude. That choice is yours alone. No circumstance, no person, no event can determine your attitude without your permission. This means you're never a victim unless you choose to be one. Your attitude truly determines your altitude in life. With the right attitude, there are no meaningful limits to what you can accomplish. Choose gratitude. Choose optimism. Choose gratitude. Choose optimism. Choose to see possibilities where others see problems. This choice, made daily, hourly, moment by moment, is the miracle that will transform your world from the inside out. Lesson 7. The Power of Daily Habits. The greatest secret of success lies not in occasional bursts of inspiration, but in the power of your daily habits. As I've traveled across this country speaking to thousands of men and women about achievement, I've observed that the difference between the person who succeeds magnificently and the one who struggles is rarely intelligence or opportunity. The true difference lies in what each does habitually, day after day. Think of your life as a great ship crossing the ocean. A mere 1-degree shift in direction may seem insignificant at first, but maintained over thousands of miles, that tiny adjustment completely changes where you'll make landfall. Your daily habits are these small course corrections that, over time, determine whether you reach the shores of success or drift off course entirely. Most people vastly overestimate what they can accomplish in a day, while dramatically underestimating what they can achieve in a year of daily disciplines. The man who walks just 1 mile each morning will have traveled 365 miles in a year, a remarkable distance achieved through a simple daily habit. Your mind and body respond to repetition. Whatever you do regularly programs your subconscious mind to create conditions that make your habits easier to maintain. If you read 10 pages of an uplifting book each day, you'll not only complete over 15 books in a year, but you'll gradually transform your thinking without strain or stress. The millionaire and the person of modest means both have 24 hours daily. The difference is in how they habitually invest those irreplaceable hours. One has learned to direct their time toward activities that create value, while the other lets the hours slip away on activities that yield little return. Habits work in both directions. Negative habits pull you toward results you don't want just as reliably as positive habits create success. The person who habitually postpones important tasks is programming failure just as certainly as the early riser who tackles priorities first thing is programming success. The wonderful truth is that habits can be chosen. While they may feel automatic once established, you possess the power to select which ones will shape your destiny. Choose deliberately, for these small daily disciplines are the invisible builders of your future achievements. Start today by selecting one positive habit that would serve your greatest goal. Perhaps it's rising 30 minutes earlier, writing down your goals each morning, or investing time in valuable reading. Begin with just one change and practice it until it becomes natural, usually about 30 days. Then add another. The greatest achievers are rarely those who attempt heroic feats. They are ordinary men and women who understand an extraordinary truth. Small disciplines, practiced consistently, create miracles over time. Your life moves in the direction of your most consistent actions. Choose those actions wisely, and you'll discover the true power of daily habits. Lesson 8. The Miracle of Letting Go. Life is a fascinating journey of creation and release. I've observed that the truly successful people understand a fundamental principle that escapes many. To receive the new, we must first release our grip on the old. This is the miracle of letting go. Consider for a moment how nature operates. The tree doesn't cling desperately to its autumn leaves. It releases them willingly, creating space for new growth in the spring. The same principle applies to your life and the miracles you wish to create. Many of us hold tightly to things that no longer serve us. Outdated beliefs, past disappointments, broken relationships, or methods that once worked but have outlived their usefulness. We clutch these familiar limitations like security blankets, wondering why our lives don't transform. The infinite spirit cannot bring new blessings into hands already full. Think of your mind as a vessel. If it's filled with doubt, worry, and limitation, where is the space for faith, opportunity, and abundance? The miracle happens when you empty your cup first. What are you holding on to right now that blocks your progress? Perhaps it's resentment toward someone who wronged you years ago. That resentment isn't hurting them. It's limiting you. Maybe it's a fear of failure that keeps you from trying new approaches. Or possibly it's an old self-image that no longer reflects who you're becoming. Letting go doesn't mean abandoning responsibility. Quite the opposite. It means taking complete responsibility for your life by consciously choosing what deserves your precious attention and energy. When you release what no longer serves your highest good, you create a vacuum that the universe rushes to fill with things aligned with your true desires. This is divine right in action. Not because you forced or manipulated circumstances, but because you've allowed natural law to operate freely in your life. The process begins with awareness. Notice what you're carrying that feels heavy. Is it criticism of others? Regret over past decisions? Anxiety about the future? These mental and emotional burdens consume the very energy you need to create miracles. Then comes the decision to release. This isn't always easy. We grow attached to our limitations because they're familiar. But ask yourself, would I rather be right or happy? Would I rather be comfortable or free? Would I rather be comfortable or free? The final step is to fill the newly created space with what you truly desire. Nature abhors a vacuum. When you let go of negativity, immediately replace it with gratitude. When you release an outdated belief, plant the seed of an empowering new one. The miracle of letting go transforms every area of life. Relationships flourish when we release expectations and love people as they are. Creativity blossoms when we let go of perfectionism. Abundance flows when we release our scarcity mindset. Remember, the infinite spirit knows no limitations except those we impose through our thinking. When you let go of these self-imposed barriers, you open the way for whatever you want by divine right. This isn't mystical thinking. It's practical spiritual law that operates with perfect precision in every life that applies it. Lesson 9. The Miracle of Expectation. There exists a power within you so magnificent, so utterly transformative, that once you fully grasp it, your life will never be the same. This power is expectation, and it works with the precision of the most exacting natural law. Let me share something remarkable with you, my friend. Whatever you expect with confidence, whether good or bad, becomes your reality. The human mind is like a magnet, drawing to itself that which matches its dominant expectation. I've observed this pattern throughout my years studying successful people. They expect good things to happen, and so they do. Consider for a moment how expectation works in your daily life. When you rise in the morning expecting trouble, difficulty seems to find you at every turn. Yet on days when you awaken with a sense of anticipation and confidence, opportunities appear as if by magic. This is no coincidence. Your expectation is creating your experience. The infinite intelligence that guides this universe responds to the signal your mind sends out. Like tuning a radio to receive a particular station, your expectation tunes your consciousness to receive certain experiences. The good news is that you control the dial. I recall a young woman who approached me after a lecture. She had struggled for years with financial hardship until she made one critical change. She began expecting abundance instead of scarcity. Within months, opportunities for advancement appeared at her workplace. Creative ideas for additional income surfaced in her mind, and her entire financial situation transformed. The only thing that changed was her expectation. Your expectations work in this powerful way because thoughts are things. They are actual forces in this universe. The thoughts you hold with emotional expectation become seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universal mind. And make no mistake, every seed planted must, by natural law, produce after its kind. What are you expecting right now in your health, your relationships, your finances. Be honest with yourself. Your true expectations aren't the pleasant statements you make in public, but the private thoughts you return to in quiet moments. These are creating your tomorrow. To harness this miracle power, begin imprinting new expectations on your consciousness. See yourself enjoying vibrant health. Feel the satisfaction of harmonious relationships. Experience the comfort of financial abundance. Hold these not as distant wishes, but as current expectations. The infinite spirit responds not to your wants or your hopes, but to your deep expectations. When you know that good is coming to you by divine right, you activate forces beyond your conscious understanding. Practice this today. Choose one area of your life and elevate your expectation. See the good you desire as already on its way to you. Feel the certainty of its arrival. Notice how this shifts your actions and your energy. The miracle of expectation is that it creates a clear channel for divine abundance to flow into your life. Remember, friends, you are not a victim of circumstances, but a powerful creator. Your expectations are molding your future with every passing moment. Expect miracles and miracles will find you. Lesson 10. Creating your miracle environment. Success doesn't happen in a vacuum, my friends. The environment you create around yourself can either lift you to new heights or hold you firmly in place, struggling against invisible chains. I've discovered through years of observation that our surroundings speak to us constantly, whispering messages that shape our thoughts, which in turn shape our lives. Think about it this way. You wouldn't plant a precious seed in poor soil and expect it to flourish. Similarly, your miracle producing mind requires the right environment to grow and manifest your dreams. This environment isn't just the physical space around you, though that certainly matters. It's the complete atmosphere you create, the people you associate with, the information you consume, and the spaces you inhabit. Let's begin with the people in your life. Jim Rohn, a dear friend and remarkable philosopher, often said, "We become the average of the 5 people we spend the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with." Look around you. Are you surrounded by forward-thinking, positive people who believe in infinite possibilities? Or are you spending precious hours with those who complain, criticize, and see only limitations? The choice is yours, and it's one of the most important you'll make. Your physical environment speaks to you every day. A cluttered desk represents a cluttered mind. A space filled with items that inspire you, perhaps books, meaningful photographs, or symbols of your goals, constantly reinforces your highest aspirations. Take a moment to look at your home and workspace. What message is it sending to your subconscious mind? The information you feed your mind is equally important. Television, radio, books, conversations. These are all programming your thinking. Carefully select what you allow into your consciousness. Ask yourself, is this helping me move toward my goals? If not, have the courage to eliminate it, regardless of what others might think. Here's a truth I've observed throughout my career. Miracles rarely occur in toxic environments. Just as certain plants can't grow in acidic soil, your miracle, producing thoughts, can't flourish in surroundings filled with negativity, doubt, and limitation. Create sacred spaces in your home where you can think, dream, and connect with infinite intelligence. It might be a comfortable chair by a window, a small desk dedicated to writing your goals, or even a corner where you meditate. This space becomes a signal to your mind, the miracle making is about to begin. Environments have momentum. A positive, inspiring environment makes it easier to maintain positive, inspiring thoughts. The opposite is equally true. This is why so many people struggle. They're attempting to think differently while keeping the same environment that produced their current results. You have divine right to create miracles in your life. The infinite spirit is waiting to show you the way. But you must do your part by creating an environment that supports your highest aspirations. Begin today to consciously design your surroundings. Remove what doesn't serve you. Add what inspires you. Surround yourself with people who believe in possibilities. Your environment is either lifting you up or holding you back. There is no neutral ground. Choose wisely, for as you shape your environment you shape your destiny. Lesson 11. The genuine magic of patience. Patience may be the hardest miracle, working principle to master, but I assure you it's absolutely essential. The universe works on its own timetable, not yours. I've observed countless people who planted wonderful seeds of positive thought, set clear goals, and took consistent action, only to give up just before their harvest was ready. Think about a farmer who plants corn in the spring. Does he dig up his seeds every few days to see if they're growing? Of course not. He understands the natural law that growth takes time. He trusts the process completely. Yet in our own lives, we often lack this fundamental trust. Your miracle might be growing right now just beneath the surface, needing just a bit more time to break through. The oak tree requires decades to reach its full height, while certain flowers bloom in weeks. Your particular miracle has its own divine timetable. Remember this truth. Impatience repels the very things you seek. When you constantly check, worry, and wonder, when will it happen? You create resistance in your mind. This anxiety plants weeds of doubt around your miracle. In progress, patience, on the other hand, is magnetic. It draws good things toward you. I once spoke with a man who had diligently applied positive thinking principles for 6 months in his business. "Nothing's happening," he complained. I asked him, "If you planted an orchard today, would you expect to pick apples next week?" He understood immediately. Within 2 months, his business opportunity appeared after he stopped watching the clock. True patience isn't passive waiting. It's active faith. While you patiently await your miracle, continue your positive thought patterns. Maintain your clear vision. Take whatever action you can today. The universe rewards those who combine patience with persistent action. Develop the habit of saying to yourself, "This, or something better, is manifesting now in perfect timing." This simple phrase reminds you that what you seek may come in unexpected ways and on a schedule you couldn't have planned. Often the timing turns out to be far better than what you would have chosen. Children demonstrate impatience naturally, asking, "Are we there yet?" every few minutes on a journey. Part of growing into spiritual maturity is developing trust in divine timing. The miracle you seek has many pieces that must come together. Some of those pieces involve other people making decisions, circumstances aligning, and lessons you need to learn first. Practice patience today in small ways. When stuck in traffic, breathe deeply and remind yourself, this delay serves a purpose. When a goal takes longer than expected, say that timing is perfect. These small exercises strengthen your patience muscle for bigger miracles. I promise you this. No sincere desire, backed by positive thought and right action, is ever denied. But many miracles are missed because people give up too soon. They plant in spring but don't stay in the field until harvest time. Your miracle is already in motion. Give it the gift of your patience and watch what happens. Lesson 12. The miracle of new beginning. Every morning that you wake up, you're given a precious gift, a brand new day. And with that new day comes the miracle of a new beginning. This is one of life's greatest treasures, my friends. No matter what happened yesterday, today you can start fresh. I've studied the lives of countless successful individuals, and I've noticed something remarkable. The most accomplished people understand that life is a series of new beginnings. They don't get stuck in the past. They don't let yesterday's failures define tomorrow's possibilities. Think about this for a moment. Every sunrise represents infinite potential. The universe is giving you another chance to create the life you truly desire. This isn't just positive thinking. It's a fundamental truth about how life works. When you make a mistake, nature doesn't punish you forever. When winter comes, does spring refuse to follow? Of course not. The natural world understands the power of renewal, and so should you. Here's something I want you to try. Tomorrow morning, wake up 15 minutes earlier than usual. Sit quietly and say to yourself, "This is a new day, a fresh start. Infinite Spirit opens the way for whatever I want by divine right." Feel how powerful those words are when you truly believe them. Too many people carry yesterday's burdens into today's opportunities. They're like swimmers trying to cross a river while carrying heavy rocks. Let go of those rocks. Your past does not equal your future unless you decide that it does. I remember talking with a man who had failed in business 3 times. He told me, "Earl, I've learned that failure isn't falling down. It's staying down." The very next venture he started became tremendously successful because he embraced the miracle of new beginnings. Your life is like a book with many chapters. If you don't like the chapter you're currently writing, turn the page and start a new one. You are the author of your life story, and you can begin a new chapter anytime you choose. Remember this important truth. No matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how many opportunities you've missed, no matter how many times you've fallen short of your goals, you can always begin again. This is your divine right as a human being. Starting today, I want you to see each morning as a miracle, because it is. It's another chance to become what you think about, to move toward your goals, to serve others, to cultivate a positive attitude, to practice powerful habits, to speak words of power, and to live with courage. The miracle of new beginnings isn't just about starting over. It's about starting better. It's about taking what you've learned and applying it to create the life you truly desire. When you embrace this miracle, you'll find yourself creating other miracles in every area of your life. This is Earl Nightingale reminding you that no matter where you are right now, a new beginning awaits. And with that new beginning comes unlimited potential for the miracles you seek.